you. And this vibrant community is expanding every month. Today, we are honored to have Michelle Calloway as our guest. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Michelle, and you'll say, wow, I want to know this lady more. Michelle is the media tech expert. She's an international speaker, bestseller, best-selling author, and CEO of innovative software and media solutions of company called Revelio. Revelio helps business owners attract clients through unique interactive storytelling experiences that literally makes your message come alive and right before your eyes. Now, Michelle has been featured on the Inc. magazine. She has been praised by Kevin Harrington of ABC hit TV show Shark Tank for providing small business owners with a unique, differentiating, and creative, powerful, organic conversations. Michelle is also founder of Tech with Heart Network. It's an online business community and a TV show. Her Tech with Heart Network empowers small business owners to achieve rapid success, leveraging the power of media exposure and celebrity status. The power of this network can really make any business reach incredible heights. So, oh my God, with that, without further ado, let's hear from our guest, Michelle Calloway, how she overcame her challenges to unleash her free spirit. It's a pleasure and honor to have you, Michelle.
I'm so happy to be here and welcome and hello, everybody. Hi. It's good to be here, you guys. Judy and Guinea, thank you for inviting me. I'm always happy to share my story. I believe I'm a very purpose-driven, very faith-based entrepreneur, and I only wake up and get out of bed every day to do this because I know I was called to it. Because if I can overcome what I overcame and do what I do, then anybody can. Anybody can. See, I'm a blonde tech founder. Just kidding. It's possible, you guys. It's possible. So you just got to believe. I'm not sure, is it interview style or you just want me to talk? Because I have not been on your platform before, so I'm very happy to be here, but I want to honor however you want to organize this.
Michelle, we'd like to hear from you for the next 10 minutes, okay, and then we'll have a Q&A. We'd like to hear your story.
Okay, great. So my story began, I'm a graphic designer by nature. That's what I have all my experience in. And then digital media has always been intriguing to me. I'm a visual learner, so I gravitate towards visual content. So that's why that's kind of my niche. Well, I ended up meeting the love of my life when I was 14 years old, ended up marrying him when I was 19. And we had the most glorious life together until he got sick. And then my world started unraveling really quickly. We had 2 girls and he ended up really, I could tell he was going to die unless something major happened. And I was praying and praying and praying and really leaning on God to hear my prayers. I actually stepped away from my faith because I didn't think that God had any purpose anymore, because obviously he wasn't doing what I needed him to do. And so ultimately my husband passed. It was the most devastating experience I've ever gone through in my life. And I groveled myself back to relationship with God because I needed something to have hope in. I felt so devastatedly alone and hopeless away from him. So now I'm all in with God. So you just need to know that about me. I do what I do because I believe I'm called to it. So fast forward like almost 10 years, God has blessed me with another wonderful healing, and now he's my husband, going on 13 years in August. What happened was I ended up getting let go from my graphic design position and went into business with my best friend. Never ever wanted to be a business owner. You just need to know that. Okay, so I started my own graphic design agency with her support and love just serving clients and doing visual aids. And then I got introduced to a technology that was really impressive. And then after I saw that technology, I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. Have any of you had an experience in which something gripped you so hard, you just know you're called to it? Just raise your hand, because that is obviously what was happening to me. I wasn't looking for anything. This technology just flipped my life upside down, and I didn't understand why. So it's called augmented reality. If you're familiar with VR, virtual reality, then augmented reality is its cousin. It's like more like Iron Man, okay? So what we do is we're able to a greeting card or a business card or a book cover, and we're able to make that come alive with a message. You guys see that? I don't have the volume up. I should have had the volume up. But the concept is that any book, any marketing material you have, you can make it come alive.
Jerry Bowden, AKA Buster. I wrote Wish Sandwich as a legacy.
It's pretty unique, right? I've never seen anything like it when I saw it back in 2012. Anyway, so I couldn't sleep, so I decided, okay, God, I'm all in. I'll just learn what I need to learn. And I ended up stepping into a tech founder role for the first time. I never wanted to do that. I never wanted to be in business, and I never wanted to have to become a tech founder, but ultimately I knew I had a higher purpose in all this. So I just pushed forward and asked people a lot of questions, and I looked for mentors, and I ended up building my very first prototype in 2012. Well, that started this, quest into like, what now? What do I do with it? So for everybody needs to understand why they're doing what they're doing, because that is going to continue to fuel you forward. It's what ignites that passion that gives you the ultimate perseverance that you need, because you know you hit roadblocks and you need to push through those. So it was this soldier, a soldier story. So this girl fell in love with a soldier. She came to me with the idea of making a greeting card that would come alive so that he can hear her and see her anytime he wanted and feel like he had a piece of home with him. It was in this moment when he watched this card come alive that he said it rocked him to the core. He's 20 years old, and he's telling me that it felt like the oceans between him and her just disappeared, and he felt that she was somehow embodied in that card. That was my aha moment, guys. That was when I knew my purpose in all of this was obviously being widowed early. I understand the value of human connection. Human relationships are really the most important thing that we can build while we're here. And the legacy that we leave behind is obviously just an added bonus, because you don't get to take any of your wealth with you. You don't get to take any of your loved ones with you when you pass. So now I understood my why was to be this force for helping others understand that technology can be used in a way to drive deeper relationships with one another. So anyway, I ended up having a vision a couple years later showing me that not only am I to like help others utilize this innovative technology to disrupt people and kind of get that wow factor, guide them, because 90% of small business owners do struggle with technology. I was finding that out as I was demonstrating this tech to some of them. They were like, whoa, they would squeal. Sometimes they would slap me, not in the face, but they would slap me on the shoulder and say, holy cow, I didn't know technology could do anything like this. This is so mind-blowing. And then as they would calm down, they would say, wow, I'm so overwhelmed. As a small business owner, I'm just trying to do what I need to do to just get the day going and make sales. I don't even have like any capacity to absorb all this new technology. It's moving too fast. So that's when I was shown the vision to step into a leadership role to build a heart-centered but yet forward-thinking community of entrepreneurs who do want to be in a safe environment where they feel nurtured and cared for as they grow, so they can ask good questions and get answers and feel safe that they're not going to have somebody just kind of go for the jugular. Have you ever felt that way as a business owner? You know, you don't know what you don't know, so you know you need help, but you don't know who to go to because you're afraid. It's like, as a woman, a lot of us women have a lot of fear about finding an auto mechanic, because maybe we don't know enough about an auto mechanic, but we know we need an auto mechanic. So when you find that loyal one that will actually do the work that needs to be done and not overcharge you for parts that you don't need just because they know the parts names and they can say all these things that you need this stuff, and then they slap you with a bill that's like $3,000 and you're like, ah, do I really need it? I don't know if I really need it. I need my car. Well, that's how a lot of business owners feel about technology. And so we want to provide them with that safe space. So I ended up starting the nonprofit Tech with Heart Foundation. And that foundation is serving entrepreneurs in one program. It's going to serve students in another with a work program, giving them real life practical experience in the realms of media, marketing, web, digital, anything that I can at least guide, but I'm also looking for volunteers to guide. And then we have a program called Tech with Heart Homes for Kids, where we're going to partner with organizations that purposefully place at-risk, orphaned, or previously sex-trafficked children in permanent loving home environments through fostering or adoption that'll help those children get that solid loving foundation underneath them so they can stop worrying about how they're going to survive and start focusing on their future. So we're going to have some life coaching in those programs as well. So I ended up now never wanting to be in business. I now run a tech company, which has expanded into a whole software development side. And then we have a whole media side, which is where I get excited because through that media side, not only can I help somebody shine through amazing technology, I can also help get them on television. I've grown exponentially myself. And so my purpose is helping others step into the spotlight so that they can get their message out to more people, because if I can do it, so can you. Hopefully that's good. I really just want to thank you for letting me be here today and sharing my story. I get a little bit kind of excited about what I'm doing. I'm very passionate, you can tell, about why I'm doing it.
Michelle, wow. I'm speechless. Thank you so much for your openness and your willingness to share. I have a quick question. We're going to open it up for questions, but I have a quick question. So you said you grew exponentially. So tell me how you did that, because I know there's a lot of people watching right now that said, yes, I want to grow, but what do I do? So can you share some of the things that you did to grow?
Yes, and I'm very passionate about helping entrepreneurs grow too, because if you're not asking questions, then you're not gonna grow. If you're not reading books or learning about how to do things that you don't know how to do, and then also after you've learned a little bit about what you need to do, learning how to outsource work that you shouldn't be doing but needs to be done. So there's this balance. But what happened for me, my journey was A is that I realized I had to step into this calling, and I had to be the one to learn how to build this technology. After I did it once, I was just like, okay, well, I do not need to be doing that again, but now I know enough about it that I can go and speak to a team intelligently enough to guide them to build a bigger and better version of what I wanted to be able to build. So that was very beneficial for me. So I think there's a certain level of goodness in you going through an experience with a certain aspect of building your business, so then you can speak to others on how to do it better. And then I started networking. I started hanging out with bigger gurus. I say align yourself with who is already doing what you want to be doing, and just glean as much as. They were called masterminds. Today, it's called Clubhouse. Get your butt on Clubhouse and start hanging out with those gurus, because they're dropping what I call knowledge bombs. And those knowledge bombs are valuable. They would normally charge $20,000 to $50,000 a year to be a part of their mastermind. And they're showing up on Clubhouse every single day, pretty much, just sharing their wisdom. Sophia's nodding. I'm assuming you're on Clubhouse. There is so much good knowledge being shared there that if you just literally hang out while you're doing your little menial task and just listen all day long, you will grow exponentially, because the thoughts that you're not having are the thoughts that they're sharing. And so all of a sudden you combine those thoughts with your thoughts and it's like, boom. So that's how I grew a lot. And I started speaking. I think you need to start speaking if you really want to grow exponentially, because that is going to help you on the publicity side. Plus, it's going to help you on the confidence side. And it's just going to bring all kinds of laws of attraction towards you. So those are some, good points, but never, ever stop learning and hang out. I'm telling you, if you want to be at this level, then don't hang out with people at this level. Continue to, hang out with people at that higher level, and you will become at that level. And then when you're there, you need to start finding who else is going up higher. So you just want to keep what I call leveling up.
Wow. Anybody? Oh my goodness. Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Thank you. I am a strong advocate of public speaking. I was in Toastmasters for 5 years. So if you want to build up your confidence, Toastmaster, among other organizations, are a great way to do this. Question, Michelle. Great presentation. Thank you. How does one attend Clubhouse? I think Sophia just put something up there, but my glasses were not on.
Mike,
It's a mobile app, Michael. It's a mobile app you have to download and then create a user account. And then once you're in there, you can reach out to anybody that's on there already and ask them to invite you in. It is an invite only.
Well, that weighs me
It's
out, but thank you. That leaves me out, being invited by someone else.
Why? Oh, no. Only stage. It's like a convention center with about 30,000 events all happening at the same time, and you can host your own event, or you can just start learning from other gurus who are constantly showing up.
Awesome. Yes, Michael, things can be overwhelming, but what Michelle said it correctly. Put yourself with those people, surround yourself with those people who you want to mimic and want to become like those. And it's easier now. Right now, it's become so easy with this technology. Technology has really crossed all the boundaries. Yes, Mark.
Yeah, I had a question. Michelle, when you were first starting out, I'm sure, as you said, you never wanted to be a business person or run a business. So I'm sure you must have had some fears as to what could happen, what might not happen. How did you work through those?
So I'm going to just only be able to speak to myself here. I absolutely knew to the core that I was being called to it. So when my husband died, to get out of bed, I had no idea if I should be moving forward. Should I move to the left? I'm literally zero direction. So I told God, wherever you send me, I will go. And when he showed me, and I mean, literally couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but it was just overwhelming. I could not sleep until I succumbed to saying, yes, I will look into this and I will start figuring out how to do whatever you're asking me to do. Since then, it's been a leaning on God every single day kind of thing. And yes, I have a lot of fear because I'm not a tech founder. I mean, I'm just barely, back in the day. Now all of a sudden I'm a digital media expert. I've had to overcome my fear in myself because I no longer find my identity in who I am and what my skill set is. I have my identity in the fact that I am being used by God to drive a force of bringing people together through technology. So I had to stop looking at myself and getting my strength off of my own skills. That's my story. I hope it helps.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Any other questions before we conclude with Michelle's section?
I do want to invite them too, if you guys are interested in hanging out. I mean, Guinea and Judy are friends of mine from another networking group, but if you would like to be in an environment where you're hanging out with a little bit more tech savvy, more innovative, forward thinking people, I invite you to come check us out at techwithheartnetwork.com. We're actually hosting our live networking event next Wednesday. And you can check that out on techwithheartnetwork.com/events. It's free. And we're just really here as a nonprofit organization to support you and your growth, not feel like somebody's going to, you know, have you ever felt that way? Like you don't want to ask a question that seems so basic because somebody's going to make fun of you. Like, you seriously didn't know that? That is not who we are. We're very much embracing. It's about enlightenment and empowerment and embracing.
Michelle,
That's
could you
who
put
we
a
are.
link? Oh, sorry, Mark already asked or put that in the chat. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll do that right now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you, Michelle.
you and I have both been on Michelle's network, and it is wonderful. You know, as you can see, Michelle is a warm, loving person, and it comes through in Tech with Heart. Absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, please, everybody, you know, that's the whole purpose. We all know if we really align ourselves with the positive people, tech savvy people, more people, you know what? We are going to be growing. We are going to be expanding. And that's the fact.